seems so just blunt.
Just tired.
This episode sponsored by Red Bull.
It's not enough.
Fade it out.
Not enough caffeine.
Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. I'm your host, Tom. With me, I have
Hayden.
and
It feels so weird with no headphones, Mitch.
well, I'm glad you can still hear us though. So welcome, and I think we should just start off with the social media plugs. Mitch, take it away. Good job.
Facebook is Entertain This Podcast. We also have the Entertain This page. Then we have our Instagram, which is @this.entertain. We have Twitter, which is entertain@entertain.this.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Patreon, which is patreon.com/entertain_this. And then we have our YouTube page, which is Entertain This.
Which is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You should, if you listen to the podcast and you don't look at the YouTube videos, you suck. You should look at it.
You should watch them. They're pretty good.
There's some good work into that YouTube stuff. So
Some good editing and transitions.
yeah, well, our last video did pretty well. So
Yeah. So for those of you who watched, thank you. I saw it on our download stuff. We had a substantial group of listening in
Yeah.
France. So
Yeah.
to our French listeners, bonjour. Thank you.
yeah.
Reach out to us. We want to know who you are.
We've
Seriously.
just used our extent of French, so bonjour.
Yeah, I would be interested if whoever the French audience is talked to us on our Facebook group,
That would be cool.
just to see how you discovered it and why. I mean, thank you, but why you're sticking around?
If
we
you
want to learn.
If you listen on the podcast or on the Facebook, or if you listen on the podcast or YouTube, the little symbol, like our little picture, is the same for the Facebook group. So
There you go.
if you want to look us up, you can find it that way.
Just type it entertain this ! Not the evil entertain this with the ellipses.
Yeah, we don't like those people.
No, that's not a real podcast. They're a
So-
sham. So
Yeah,
let's just jump into the punishment review you've all been waiting for because I got punished for the fifth time.
Movie's called Fateful Findings. We couldn't.
Find.
So, I requested Double Down last time, but apparently this is the elusive movie of the internet. The creator of this film has tried to destroy all forms of existing copies of this film. So I deferred to Faithful Findings, which I hear is exactly the same as Double Down.
I spent $16
with a little bit more
to watch this movie.
So, yeah.
Probably costs more than
Let's
how much
talk.
did it make.
Let's talk first about the creator of these amazing pieces.
Neil
of cinema.
Breen,
Neil Breen.
architect, real estate agent, filmmaker,
Yes.
a man who looks like he's impersonating somebody he's never met.
He's got a bad case of the dead eye actor thing where you don't really know
Bad hair.
what expression he has. He's just
His facial
Bill.
expression is the same in every scene, regardless of what's happening.
Bill.
People over at a barbecue, his friend killed himself,
Yeah.
intimate with a woman, walking down the street, fighting
violence.
somebody.
Yeah.
It's the same freaking facial
I
expression.
can't believe you committed suicide, Bill. Bill, you committed suicide.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Flashbacks.
I
How am I
can't get
gonna
you
help
out of
you
this
from
one. That's
I
it.
can't
Bill.
help you out of this one.
I think he wanted to establish that he committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
it's
though we
obvious.
know he didn't.
He's just rubbing the blood all over his face for no reason.
So reading up about this dude and watching, clips from the other movies, because I tried to watch a couple clips from Double Down. And the first clip I get to is him holding a flip phone and holding 3 other flip phones in his hand. And he's like, I'm calling all of you simultaneously via conference call. It's like, what? No. Stop it.
Budget conference call.
Be quiet and listen. I'm calling all of you simultaneously by way of conference call.
With technology from 1999.
We've actually reached out to Neil Breen in hopes that he would honor us with
An interview,
a guest phone call, because we've done that before with other guests. We've done a Bluetooth phone call thing for one of our podcasts.
No such luck on that yet.
Well,
We're holding out.
Maybe he's gonna watch this episode and see what he thinks before he calls us. You know what?
He will never
Neil Breen,
answer.
After this episode, he's not going to call us.
please just grace us, because we honestly want to know your thought process and
If there was one.
and how you came to releasing these films, how you did this. So please,
And why?
if you don't mind, just give us a call, Neil. We want to talk to you about your amazing cinema.
So talking about amazing cinema, Fateful Findings. In fact, every single one of his movies seems like it's filmed in like a turn-based style, where you see each person's reaction, regardless of how long it's been since the actual like incident they're reacting to happened.
Right.
It's just like one. All right, now your turn. All right, now this guy. All right, him over there. All right, that's the scene. Keep going.
He doesn't really do a good job of editing his cuts. So like you can tell when he puts in all the different camera cuts into the movie, typically people like slate, everybody settles, the director goes action, you wait a beat or two, and then people start giving dialogue, and then when you cut it, you cut right before the dialogue. That way you have quick flowing conversations to the camera. His is just like action, wait a beat or two, people start talking, but he leaves those beats in. So, people are like, what's that over there? And then you cut to the other guy. He's like, I don't know. And
it cuts to another person and just goes, huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just really awkward, slow,
It's
pausing
very
dialogue.
painful to watch.
It's almost like people have to remember the lines before they deliver it, kind of thing. So
They're still reading the cue card off screen.
maybe.
They are, because you could see people's eyes like just wander off for a second and then cut back. It's like, oh.
There's legit a shot of a dude just like trying to remember, like trying to like nudge some dude
It's
to
like,
his line.
that's your cue. You
Yeah. So I didn't watch the movie. I did a lot of research into Neil Breen because
You need to watch this movie.
it's like Samurai Cop. You're just like,
That was a recommended suggestion.
how did
with the movie?
yeah, like how did this happen? How did this movie come to be? And
Why?
He's gonna be like the Tommy Wiseau of today. He's just gonna like people are gonna be so fascinated with his movies because they're low budget. He calls himself a low budget producer.
That's implying that money was involved.
He won't disclose his budget.
I mean, it's
$36.84. I don't think.
I'm sure he probably doesn't know exactly what his budget is, and that's fine. When you're micromanaging a movie, which he obviously is, because he's the director, writer, producer, starring, caterer, locations, cameraman.
Like it even says like at the end of the credits, or you go through, it's like directed by Neil Breen, filmed by Neil Breen, edited by Neil Breen, starring Neil Breen, location Neil Breen,
Yeah.
lighting none.
His budget was what it cost for gas money and mortgage.
Yeah, it was just
That's the
it was
budget.
just his monthly bills.
Mortgage mainly because 9/10 of the movie is filmed in his own house.
Yeah, pretty
Or
much.
backyard.
Pretty much, or like just some easy location where you probably don't have to ask him if you could film there.
Yeah. And you can tell that he only feeds his people hot dogs.
That's why they just have this look on their face of just.
Yeah. Every barbecue is just hot dogs.
There was hot dogs. There was a barbecue scene. There was also chicken.
Oh, hey, there you go.
There was also which the drunk guy knocked over.
Oh,
Which I
So
don't
much
know
for the
if that
chicken.
was an accident or if they incorporated that into the scene.
that's funny. Well, you can tell like Double Down because I watched a brief synopsis of it, and from what I understand, the majority of the movie Double Down is his first movie. He takes a camera into the desert and just films himself doing weird stuff, and that's mainly the entire movie. I think he actually has a little bit more of a crew of some sort in Fateful Findings. So I don't know. We're talking so much about this movie. We haven't talked about what it actually is. So Tom, in 30 seconds, can you give us the plot, the Fateful Findings?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna. None of you are gonna watch this. And if me telling you the whole plot, I mean, I'm giving you a leg up on the game because you might actually get a better grasp of what the hell's going on than I did watching it. So the movie starts. It's like, I guess him as a little kid and this girl, and they're just frolicking through the woods. Hang on. It actually opens with stock footage of like a skyscraper and like, some clouds going by really fast.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's like Fateful Findings and stock music. And then it's them running through the woods. They find a mushroom. The mushroom turns into a box. They open it. He takes this it looks like a giant black D&D dice that doesn't have spots or numbers or anything on there. And I guess that's the fateful finding. But somehow this gives him magical powers that you don't see ever in the movie, except a little bit after that. So he finds the rock. And it's implied that this is, many years ago.
Right.
But the kid has one of those bands on. It has the battery, whatever in it. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Fit band thing. I'm sure somebody
Fitbit.
watching. Yeah, it's not even a Fitbit, but he's got like a brand new G-Shock. It's like, this wasn't filmed in the past. It's like, that's a 2018 Lexus or something. And like, the kid moves away. He grows up, becomes Neil Breen, unfortunately. And then like he's talking to his wife. He's like leaving an office building. He's got a suit on, and he gets hit by a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
but like the scene, like,
describe how he gets hit by it.
Okay, so he's walking. He's talking on the phone to his wife. She's talking to him. He says nothing.
Right.
He's just walking and smiling while he's on the phone. It's a one-way conversation. She's just talking to him, and he's showing his mouth doesn't move. You don't hear any voiceover. You don't hear him talking. And he walks across the street, and he turns and looks, and the Rolls Royce hits him. But it looks like they cut him out of the scene, held it there, and when the Rolls Royce just drove by, they moved it with it and launched him out.
Like
they just went like, they clicked his picture and just went, whee!
Well, it's like, Microsoft Paint, you can like click a square with the magic scissor thing, and it'll highlight the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It's like they did that, and he recorded the screenshot or screen capture of him just grabbing his own shape and just jerking it across the screen. Like, that's how he got hit.
And it goes to the Rolls Royce, and they just threw blood on it. There's no damage to the car. There's no dents, no scratches. It's still pristine. You just got to take it to the car wash.
It's very sturdy.
And he's laying on the ground, and he's got the stupid black rock in his hand. And they just like poured blood on his face. And they're like, oh my God, somebody call 911. And like the acting is
amazing.
It's so wooden and horrible.
Well,
we're giving more emotion about this than was actually captured.
He has all of his love interests in his movies are women with like
out of work models,
Eastern European accents. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of like mail order bride thing going on or something like that. But
the local escort service,
here,
I'm paying for your hours.
So here's what happens: he gets hit by the stupid car. They take him to the hospital, and he's in there, and all the gauges on every machine in there is on 0. Nothing is hooked up. It's like, he might have brain damage. And like this doctor's just talking to like his wife and his buddy who show up. And then the girl from the beginning is an adult. And she's like a neuroscientist. And that's the only time I never know what she does. They don't explain anything further. She walks in. She's like, I'd like to, take a look at him, do this other stuff. And he's got like his whole face is bandaged up. And he's got the oxygen tube that goes up your nose over the bandage. And then he has like an oxygen thing from like a tank over that, which is completely redundant. You don't need both.
Well, for one,
but neither of them are on, so it doesn't matter. Like you're suffocating him because he can't breathe. It's like, are you trying to kill him? So the magic power of the rock, enables him to heal.
Right.
So he rips off the IVs, which there's no needles. It's just a tube taped over his arm.
Yeah.
So he goes home. And like he puts on his suit, but he's still got all these bandages on, and he gets in the shower.
He just relieves himself from the hospital. This
guy
he
just walks out. No one tries
damage.
to. Nothing. Like they don't show him really like trying to escape from the hospital.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, "Where's he going?" And like the lady comes back and is like, "Where's the patient?" And the doctor's like, "He should still be in the room." And it's like, "Well, he's not." And he's like, "I'll have to check on this." Yeah. It's like, what?
All right. Wrapping this up. Long story short, he goes to the home. He, for some reason, gets into the shower, bandages and all, bleeding all over the place with his wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, she gets in there in her nightgown, and they're just standing there, like, slow moving around in a freaking circle.
Weirdly naked.
Yeah, and then, like, the camera just pans down to their feet, and, like, the blood from him is, like, dripping off into the shower.
His very describable body. He's got, like, the body of a 60-year-old man, so that's never worked out in his life. So
here's another thing I want to bring up. All, like, the love scenes, it's the same freaking setup. It's him standing there. They're looking at the lady. Like, you could tell they don't want to kiss him at all whatsoever. Like, the hair movement behind the ear and then, like, the shirt ripping. Like, his shirt gets ripping open. He, like, takes, like, the straps, whatever, the lady, and, like, brings it down. And, like, that's it. Every freaking scene.
Yeah.
Like, multiple times. That's all that happens. And then the camera pans down to his feet, and then you just see their shirts hit the ground. And then that's it.
Look, if you're an aspiring actress, okay, there's tons of horror stories out there where women have been duped into going into films that have love scenes where the director is also the star and the writer, and he just picks you for a particular reason. Okay, it's basically sexual assault on camera.
Yeah.
Like there's horror stories of that happening. Brown Bunny. Okay, just Google it. All right, I'm not gonna explain any more. All right, that's a film.
Don't Google it.
No, it's a legit film and
Watch
something
Fateful
horrible.
Findings. Just
yeah,
watch it.
but anyway, so like there's that happens. If ladies, don't do that. Don't ever. Your first gig should not be a director, actor,
movie.
Yeah. Don't do that.
But like every single time, like they show, like it's basically like the side boob movie. That's all this is. They're all wearing these tank tops. All you just see is nothing on the sides. Like they cut like them at like the house at home sleeping, and it's daylight out.
Right.
You could just they just turn the blinds and hoping you think it's night. It's like,
well,
nope.
he did his own lighting, so
Yeah,
he
no,
could
he
do it
didn't.
anytime.
No, he didn't. It says none.
Lighting, sun.
And like they're just like laying down like in bed, like it's the stupidest movie. So apparently he's an author and he wrote a book.
I thought he was a cyber computer messiah guy.
Getting to that.
Oh, okay.
So he wrote some sort of novel. They don't tell you what it was about or why.
It was a New York Times bestseller, though, I bet.
I'm sure. They didn't even say that. I don't think he could say New York Times in a movie.
That's true. Well,
because that implies it exists.
I don't think anybody would care.
I don't think he would care either.
Would New York Times have seen this movie?
I doubt.
So he gets out of the hospital. He's got the rock, and that's the only mention of it. He just has it. There's nothing else explained as to how or what else he could do. Like he heals pretty quickly, and that's it. That's all the fateful finding you get. So the second book, he like tells his wife that he hacked into like the government and like corporate systems, and he found the most secrets, and he's gonna write like a novel about it. And like that's it. It's just like his wife's like, "You're crazy."
Yeah. So I watched. There's very sparse interviews with Neil Breen, and honestly, there's like 2 that I could find, and they're both pretty bad. One of them is for a release of his big time new movie came out called
Twisted Pair.
Which
sounds like a porno.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got the whole evil twin thing going on. But anyway, so that he talks about how each one of his films have 3 narrative consistencies, and I'm using much better lingo than one he actually used. He used something like 3 things in common. Some sort of government cover-up thing.
Yep.
That's always the hacking. He's always an elite hacker, whatever the proper term for that is. And then some sort of mystic overtone, some supernatural thing that happens in his film, and a love story. So
all 3 are represented in Fateful Findings.
Yeah. But what he doesn't say is he always has to play like a messiah character in all of his films.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells me something about that guy.
So his best friend, like this scene is hysterical because like the dude's just like a drunk. His wife is a drunk and like pill popping, and like they don't have a good relationship. And he's pretty much in the garage most of the time, like working on the Ferrari, which is it looks like I think it's Magnum PI's Ferrari, that style, whatever. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
And like every scene it cuts to him, it doesn't matter how far the movie is. He's doing the same thing to the car. He's wearing the same clothes. He's like, buffing underneath, the driver's side mirror. And then the wife comes, she's like, I'm going to put holes in this whole car. And she shoots once and hits him in the neck.
I'm going to shoot this damn car out full of holes.
No.
And he drops. He's like, "Ugh," and the daughter comes up. And she's like, oh, my God. And she like grabs the mom. She's like, you killed him. You did this.
You killed him.
And then it cuts to her like reacting emotionally, trying to go to her dad.
Dad! No! Allie! Dad! Don't go in there! Dad. Don't look!
Yeah.
Like everything is shot like out of freaking sequence. Because like his wife, this scene, I love this one. His wife ODs.
Yeah.
And like one of the shots is, she's got like the glass of like, I'm guessing they think it's wine, even though it's crystal clear, it's water. And she's taking a bunch of pills and she's like laying on the bed, and then does like the hand fall and like the glass tips over on the bed and just spills out. Rosebud. And you're just like, all right, that's it. She's dead. Cuts to Neil Breen with the blonde girl who he conned into being in this film, who's the girl from the beginning when he was a kid, and they're getting together. And then it cuts back to his wife. No wine has been spilled. She's holding it in her hand still, and she's still alive.
Yeah.
What?
And then that's it. Like you don't go back to it. Like that's just at the end of her character. And he shows up and he's like, "Oh my God, Emily, no, you did this."
It's almost like
what?
he gets the camera rolling and he just starts talking the actors through
The scene.
their expressions. Like, okay, and now he's dead. No, you're sad. Show sadness. Yeah, a little bit more sad. Okay,
Not that sad.
Not that sad. You know,
You don't care that much.
You can see their faces like, and then just like overreacting and then coming back. And you're just like, what is going on? Why is this person having like a brain aneurysm on camera? You know, but,
So, secret government people.
yeah.
As in, the dude who like plays him is like the guy who I guess like was like the boom grip for this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like he's wearing like a black hoodie. He's got black sunglasses on, a black ski mask, and like he like goes and abducts the blonde chick. So, and he drops a note conveniently saying, "Take the girl to this address."
Yeah, we could talk about this movie for the whole
Freaking
time,
show.
but
Either way, it is the worst movie ever. Neil Breen filmed it as if he'd never seen a movie in his life, and someone described the concept of one to him over the phone.
Here's my problem with Neil Breen is that whenever anybody asks him a question about what was this about or what's going on in his movie, he says something to the effect of like, it's the audience's decision, which is a very like,
It's a cop out.
yeah, it's a cop out.
Bull. It's
He
bull
doesn't know
crap.
what his budgets are. You know, anybody who questions him creatively, he gets defensive about. And so he like legitimately takes this very serious. Like, this is high quality cinema as far as he's concerned.
It's not.
And you know, the thing that really kind of upsets me is he just, I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
He like, when people, for instance, ask him, what are your inspirations? He says, you know, oh, I've always been inspired by film ever since I was a child. Okay, specifically, who inspires you? I don't believe in mainstream Hollywood. I don't believe in, you know, he just has all these douchey hipster answers to it. And you're just like, this guy's got to be a joke. He's satirizing something. I can't get
he's
it.
the only one in on the joke.
You know, but like you hear him talking, you hear him trying to explain away why his films are so bad. And you're thinking, okay, he's on the spectrum or something. Something's there.
Yeah,
I get it.
he's something.
You know?
There's something afoot.
All right.
And so the movie ends. The book comes out, and there's like a shot of like a government building, and then it's him photoshopped in front of it.
Yeah, he does that.
Like you could see like the crappy cut angles around him. And he's talking about these government secrets and all these people, and like the owner of the big insurance company, the bank president, this these political people all start mass killing themselves. It's basically this huge mass suicide, and then he goes and runs back through the woods where they were as kids with the blonde girl, and then they do it, and then the movie ends, and it's like Fateful Findings.
All right. What do you rate this?
11 out of 10. This was best, worst movie I've ever watched.
You've had like 5 punishments so far.
This was probably the funniest one I ever had to do.
So you legitimately enjoyed this movie?
I enjoyed watching it for the sense of like I knew going into it this movie's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And it, like I was talking about it, like this movie's like a joke, and like knowing about Neil Breen, but like watching it and like seeing how he actually does the movie, it's hysterical.
So you had fun watching. You were legitimately entertained.
Yeah, I was texting you two about the movie.
$16 well spent.
If it was $10, I'd say it was $10 well spent.
Okay.
$16 is pushing it.
Yeah, what a weird amount for a
And then
film.
like how you buy the movie, it's fatefulfindings.biz.
Yeah.
Is his website.
It sounds like a scheme.
But there's like 6 pages you have to go through to order the movie, and there's one specific page, one specific box. You put the actual movie you want.
Yeah.
And then he sends it to you in like a CD like case with like
cleared top,
like
and
the clear
everything.
thing, like like you download, like you burned your own like summer mix CD for the car, and it's got like his face on it, and he autographs all of them. It's
He
like
does.
Neil Breen,
There you go.
and then he sends it to your house, and they're like $40.
Yeah. People were saying like, oh, the process to buy his movies are another form of art. And I'm like, no, we can't just write off bad stuff as a form of
art.
You know, like,
It's expression.
it's a crappy marketing thing. It's a crappy whatever. He's one of those people that think you know money taints art kind of thing. And no, in film, especially in Hollywood, you can't have one without the other. You know, every actor out there has their
Art.
yeah. Every
Give
actor,
him money, throw money at him.
stacking pins on top of each other. Every actor out there has like their cheesy last action hero type movie that they're not proud of, but they did it because they need the money to fund more of their highbrow art house films and stuff like that. So there you go.
This was the best worst movie of all time.
Yeah. Well, I'm eager to see what the audience thinks.
What I want is for all three of us to sit and watch it and just record us talking about it as we watch.
But see that those movies make me angry. Like
I know that's why it'd be funny to. That's why it would be funny to
That's why
record
Samurai
it.
Cop was awesome.
I just get so stressed watching these things, and then I start to question stuff like. The stuff that I've done creatively, is it this bad? Am I missing something? So,
Am I Neil Breen?
yeah, am I Neil Breen? So, all right, we got to move on.
So, punishment done. A serious rating. This movie doesn't deserve a score.
Come on, give us something.
0.5 out of 10.
All right, that's fair.
Like I give him the 0.5 for the props of like he had a dream and he made a movie.
He did it.
He made 5 movies.
Yeah, he's
this
on
was
his
like
6th movie.
3.
He's on his 6th movie. He's actually pissing a lot of people off with the 6th movie because he's asking for a financier for his 6th movie, and everybody was like, "Wait, I thought you were against government and handouts, and
That's the twist.
Yeah.
He is the government.
Oh my!
He's Neil Breen.
Got you all the way in the end. There it is.
Neil Breen knows and sees all.
All right.
So on to regular movies. I did watch a movie called Age of Heroes, stars Sean Bean. A World War II movie about like the 30 Commando unit, which was Ian Fleming's unit during World War II.
Yeah, interesting.
Ian Fleming is not a character in this film,
Okay.
but it stars Sean Bean. You
the
don't
writer.
see him die, but it's implied. So good for Sean Bean because you never know, he might have made it.
He didn't die on camera for once.
No. Which was weird to watch because I'm like, wait a minute.
If he did, people would have actually heard of this movie.
Yeah, this is one of 2 films I have not seen him die in. The other one is Ronin.
I'm trying to think of. Oh well, the Silent Hill. He didn't die in that movie. He was the only one to not die in that movie.
That's like a pun.
Yeah.
It's like, look, Sean Bean didn't die.
What?
Exactly.
So, it's just about this scrappy World War II soldier from the British, and he finds himself locked up, and then they pull him out for this like special commando unit, and he's got to go through training. Which I did like some stuff about the movie. They filmed on location,
No.
where like the raids actually kind of happened, and it was based a lot in fact. Where they trained, and then they go on a special operation to Norway, and then it all just goes,
Bonkers.
bollocks on them, and everything, hits the fan.
What year was this?
This was 2012.
Oh, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Is it a UK production?
Yeah, it's a UK production.
Okay.
Special effects leaves a touch to be desired. Some of the weaponry you're watching, it's 1944. They wouldn't have those. They wouldn't be using those. Those would be obsolete at that point. They wouldn't have those kinds of weapons for the people, who obviously like history and study up on that kind of stuff like I do.
No.
It's a solid watching movie. It's a quick action film. It's just kind of one of those, nothing really to watch. It's like, oh, hey, Sean Bean's in a movie. I mean, he does a good job.
Where'd you watch it on?
This was on Netflix where I watched it.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's on Amazon as well now.
So,
And I believe it's free.
and what's it called again?
Age of Heroes.
Age of Heroes. It sounds like a video game.
It does sound like a video game. It's kind of like a World War II video game movie.
So
It wasn't bad. It was pretty solid.
It wasn't too long.
No,
Okay.
no, it wasn't long.
That's good.
It was kind of a quick 1-2. You can watch it in
What
less
would
than an
you
hour and a
rate
half.
it?
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Actually, maybe 5.5 out of 10.
So if you got nothing else to do,
If you see it on there, you've watched everything else. It's like give it a shot. Sean Bean's
Yeah.
always fun to watch.
yeah, he's not the main guy though, huh?
He's like the second main.
Okay, who's the main dude?
I don't even remember his name.
Maybe. I mean,
He got criticized apparently when I was reading about the movie for his like acting in the film, which I thought was all right, but apparently the UK did not think that.
Was he an American actor trying to do?
No, he was an English actor.
Okay. Well,
I recognized him when I saw him
well,
in something. Well, I tell you, oh no, it came out 2011. My bad.
you lied.
Danny Dyer is the guy.
Never heard of
That dude.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
it. Me neither.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
I've seen him in British stuff. It's also got James Darcy in it. He's familiar. He's in stuff.
I don't recognize him.
He's got one of those smug faces.
He's got a very British face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays Lieutenant Poling. He's a Master and Commander on the Far Side of the World, in case anybody needs to know that.
Okay.
So,
Way to appeal to our foreign audience.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'd probably say the same
Smug.
thing.
I'm like the only one who watches like English films in here.
I watched a good bit. I don't know. Nothing
Some of them aren't
recently. Yeah.
Their TV shows and dramas are better. But moving on to movie news. There's a Tom Hanks Western coming out December 25th. It's called News of the World. He plays a retired, Civil War veteran, and his job is just going around telling people the news. and then he ends up finding this girl who was abducted by Indians, Native Americans, early in her life, and then all the Native Americans get killed, and she survives, but she doesn't speak English anymore. She just speaks what they speak, whatever that specific tribe's language is, because they're all different.
The non-English language.
I think it's like the Kiowa tribe is what it was called.
All right.
So he finds her, and then like they're like, oh, you got to take her to her family. Like she still has surviving family, and then it's their adventure going from there to from where he finds her to trying to get her to her family, or just finding someplace safe. And obviously they encounter dangers, and it's a quest for survival.
Yeah.
But I watched the trailer. It looked pretty decent, and I'm glad to see Westerns trying to make a little bit of a comeback.
Is it coming out in theaters?
Should be coming out in theaters, yeah. Comes out December 25th. Comes out Christmas.
Well, you know, the studio doesn't have a lot of faith in it if they're letting it come out in
I
theaters
imagine
and
there'll
not
be
wait.
some theater, but I imagine it'll be pretty quick before it goes to
Amazon or
streaming
something
and
like that.
stuff like that.
Yeah. That'd be actually an interesting concept. But they should pick, like, specific people to travel around and tell you the news. Like, if Nick Nolte or who's the dude from Point Break, the handler for Keanu Reeves,
I know you're talking about, but I forgot his name.
the crazy teeth guy, you know, just Gary Busey. If
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey,
How are we doing today, Gary Busey? We're doing good.
he should just travel city to city. You know, like in the apocalypse, that's his sole job.
Because he would survive somehow.
Just go around and tell you the goings on in the world. Cockroaches taking over again over
I
in
just
Chicago.
chewing on a rat.
You just go crazy.
Like the rat's alive. It's just screaming as he's biting. And I would want Christopher Walken doing it.
Oh, yeah,
And like he
Christopher.
has like everything written on a piece of paper and just looks at it and just goes, nah, it's not important. Just like glosses over most.
President's dead now.
And he like, glosses over everything, and he's like, oh yeah, I made friends with a bird. Like that. He's like, all right. And he just gets on a horse and goes somewhere else.
Yeah, that's how the news should be told every time.
But I'm glad Westerns are trying to make, seems like they're trying to make a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, well,
That's a genre I've
especially
missed.
like since every film coming out today seems to be very slow and drawn
It's very
out.
modern.
I mean, that's all Westerns were, but it's just like the slow burn West feel. And, you know, why not have that kind of be a thing? So I'd be down for it. And honestly, that's like the only genre I can think of that Tom Hanks really hasn't done, besides maybe science fiction. I don't know if he's done much science fiction.
I don't think, I mean, he's played a bad guy before. So he's done a lot of other stuff. Was that Road to Perdition?
That wasn't a bad guy. It was like a redemption story.
Yeah, but he was a bad dude and he became a good guy.
Okay.
He
All right.
redeems himself.
Yeah. All right.
So that wraps it up for punishment reviews, movies.
Can I jump in on your movie news? I have some movie news.
All right,
Go
for
ahead,
it.
Mitch, jump in there.
Hocus Pocus 2
Wow.
is gonna, well, it hasn't started production, but it has a script, and all of the cast said that they're on board to come back, like Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and all of them. So it would be the sequel, 23 years?
You know what's going to happen, right?
What was that?
Some virgin's going to light the black
this
candle.
film-
They're going to release
This film
the
has been in
witches.
development for so long. They've been
Yes.
working to try and make it happen for so long that the second they actually get it going, somebody's going to die. I hate to say it.
Well, they are getting a little old.
It's somebody's going to die, and they're going to be like, ah.
It's not going to be
They
Sarah
found-
Jessica Parker. She's part horse. They live a long time.
They have finally gotten all of them on board to do it. They've got a script. All they're waiting is for Disney to hit the green light for the production, and it would be a Disney Plus movie that they're,
Maybe for next year. It seems like
Possibly,
every
yeah.
year they're like, next Halloween is Hocus
Did they get
Pocus 2.
the cat to come back?
The animatronic cat? Yeah.
And then also, Free Guy comes out December 11th.
Oh, yeah. On
Free
what?
guy.
No, it'll be in theaters.
Nobody goes to
Theaters.
the theaters anymore.
I do.
It's dangerous out there.
I go to theaters.
People coughing and stuff. You can't.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
All right. So you can watch it on December 11th, but December 15th, it'll be on Amazon Prime. So.
Well, probably.
Pretty
but,
much. Pretty much.
but it's still coming out in theaters.
Yeah. All
Just
right.
so you know.
All right, cool.
So, who had TV shows?
This guy.
I do.
Mitch, take it away. What'd you watch?
Well, I didn't watch it recently, but I have seen all 10 seasons all the way through twice.
Okay, so you-
Big Town.
Smallville.
Oh, Smallville.
Smallville.
The longest running superhero Superman TV show.
That's a very specific goal.
That might be the
feat.
longest running
might-
superhero TV show.
Yeah, it might be the longest running of that too. But
Starring this person.
there has been 3
Starring
different Superman
that guy.
incarnations before this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it debuted in 2001, ran
Mm-hmm.
through 2011. On its debut, it had 8.4 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it got to the season finale, it got down to $3.2 million for the finale.
Yeah.
But it was over 10 years, and there was a lot of changes in it, but it was still good.
The early 2000s was an interesting time for TV because there was only just a couple of channels in comparison
To what you have now.
today.
You don't.
know?
We didn't have Netflix and streaming and all this nonsense.
I mean, some people, like, I remember people talking about TV, you know, like they watch shows they didn't like just because everybody else was watching them and there was nothing else to watch. I'm like, man, yeah, no, that episode is dumb. This whole season's stupid. I hate this show. They're still talking about it. Like The Walking Dead. After season 3, people still kept watching it because there was nothing else to watch, you know? And then finally, like, Walking Dead's ratings.
what am I supposed to watch Sunday night at 9?
So,
But
you know.
just a little consensus, or not consensus, just a little plot. The Smallville is about Superman as he's growing up. It shows like how he arrived, you know, as a little kid in the first episode, and then it moves on probably within about 10 minutes in the first episode to basically his 9th grade and up, you know, from when he becomes a teenager.
Right.
And it's just his life on how he became the person that he was, developing his personality, his, you know, learning how to use his powers. He's actually learning that he's getting his powers. It's almost like, you know, he's going through puberty. And he learns
Superhero puberty.
He learns that he has like heat vision. Like one episode, he learns he has heat vision because he's in the school and the AC is like busted, so they're all just sitting there in class just watching, and then they're having a sex ed presentation, but they have this like really good looking I guess substitute teacher.
Nice.
And that's when he gets X-ray vision.
Yep. And then
Good
he
for you,
realizes
Clark.
what it is. Like his dad's trying to explain to him, like, what was happening when you first realized you had this power? And he goes, it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
And then his dad kind of realizes, he steps away. He goes, I'll just leave you to it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna do some loud things downstairs so I can't hear what you're about to do.
But I mean, if you're one of those that it has to follow exactly like the comics, you're not probably going to like it. But it is just a cool story just to see his transition, because in the final episode, it's like I said, it's going on its 20-year anniversary from its debut next year. The final episode is when he actually becomes Superman, and you know the whole series, you know, he doesn't put on the suit or whatever, but it's just his transition from going from, you know, little geeky high school kid all the way through up becoming a reporter for Metropolis.
That seems like the world's longest tease. Like you're watching, like I can't think of
10
it.
years of a show waiting to see him be Superman.
And it's the end of the episode of the final season, you know, that you see him become Superman and it goes to black.
But it's this journey there. It's, you know, you're meeting all these other characters.
I don't want the journey.
I mean, even
Just get to the good part.
even in the comics, he doesn't become Superman till he's in his 20s.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Like, you know, he goes to Metropolis. He becomes, you know, he does all this stuff in secret in the comics until he decides to become Superman. So, I mean, it kind of follows. It expands on it a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know.
They it started out like, you know, because it was 2001, the CGI wasn't, you know, up to par, but they did the best with what they had, and they averaged around $100 million a season for their budget, which equaled out to about $4.5 million per episode.
Dang,
But
that's actually a lot.
Yeah.
It's for CW too.
Well, yeah, it won a lot of awards. Like it won several best cinematography awards for like the Saturn Awards and all these other, you know, different ACP or whatever, you know, whatever they call them awards. It had a lot of the actors got like best actress or actor for newcomer, breakout, and all that kind of stuff as it went along too.
Which, you know, what are they doing right now?
Well, you know, Tom Welling was on the Lucifer show for a couple of seasons. He was Kane, which I thought you'd watch Lucifer. You did.
No.
I watched Lucifer.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
But he was on there for a little bit. Michael Rosenbaum, he's been in some smaller movies. He's trying to more direct movies now. He has his own podcast. Unfortunately, like I listen to his podcast. And unfortunately, he found out he has skin cancer within the last month or so.
Oh, it's horrible.
The girl that played Lana Lang, which was Kristen Cruick, she's been in some other small roles and TV shows.
Trolls?
Yeah, Scrolls.
Trolls.
Allison Mack, she's probably going to be in jail for a little while.
Yeah, there's that thing.
That Nixon or whatever scandal.
She wrangled child prostitutes.
Yeah, it's pretty much essentially like the Epstein kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah.
So screw her.
And then you got the guy that played Oliver and Queen, which was Justin Hartley, which is in This Is Us. He's the blonde haired guy from that.
Oh yeah.
But it was a great show. IMDb gives it a 7.5. The audience score is a 4.8 out of 5.
What does Mitch give it?
Oh, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'd watch it again all the way through.
Wow.
I love that
That's
show.
some dedication.
But that's my review. If you like superhero stuff, even if you're not a big DC fan, I think you would like Smallville, just because it's neat to see an origin of a character that's unique, but yet at the same time draws from the comics.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Moving on to my news. Assassin's Creed is getting a Netflix
I saw
TV
that.
series.
Yeah.
Oh, are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I thought about putting that in my thing, so I'm glad I didn't.
And I'm really hoping that they'll, instead of going the back and forth from
Like the animus to the past and all
Yeah.
that.
They're going to, because Ubisoft is and they have creative control over the TV show.
I'm just hoping they limit it to where it's a little bit, they don't make it too confusing like the movie did.
From what I read, they were talking about you're going to have the perspective of a person who can meet all the people from the more famous games.
Okay.
So it's going to be about Altair and Ezio.
You'll see them, but they won't be like main characters. You know, from what I understand, it could be complete. It's still development, so and they might change it entirely.
Well, if they're going to do the back and forth, I hope they get the person from Arrow that helped like write the stories, because they did pretty well with doing the past and the present as far as like switching back and forth with stories, making them coincide with what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's the problem with having such like a light switch effect of present and past storytelling is that anytime that you're invested into what they're about to discover in either of those plot lines, they flip the switch and take you they rip you out of that one reality and put you into another.
Yes.
And it's almost exhausting. Like, you just don't want to continue on at that point. So, you know, I hope they're a little bit more tasteful about it. So
I've really enjoyed the games that I have played of it, and so I'm looking forward to it, as long as it's not cheesy or nothing like that, which Netflix has done really good with TV series lately.
Yeah.
As far as making them entertaining and good cinematography.
All right.
And my other news is Moon Knight.
I saw that too.
The Disney Plus series has cast its star, he will be Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac. He plays Poe Dameron from Star Wars, and he's also in the Triple Frontier Netflix movie.
He played Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
He did.
I thought for the longest time that Moon Knight was a female.
What?
Yeah.
Moon Knight is like a guy that he has a split personality.
Yeah.
And he gets the powers from an Egyptian god, which his powers are like dependent on the moon.
Uh-huh.
If it's a full moon, he's at his full strength. If it's like a new moon, he's just a regular human.
What a unique concept. Never heard of anything like that before.
Oh.
Anyway.
But he's kind of like a Batman character where he uses the gadgets and stuff like that. So
Moon gadgets.
yeah, and his gadgets are typically made out of adamantium, so he can like throw a blade through a wall or whatever.
And that rare material sure is getting
In
around,
abundance, isn't it?
So.
The secret stash.
That one meteor really, they're stretching it out real good.
All right, we're running out of time. I'm gonna move
Over
on.
to video games. What'd you play?
So there's a video game called Metal Gear Solid PP, Phantom Pain.
Oh.
I like calling it Metal Gear Solid PP though. It's actually 2015, so it's pretty old when it came out. The reason why I wanted to talk about it is from my news, but I'll get to that later. The game was so big, they actually broke it up into a prologue for $20, and then the actual release of the game a year later, Phantom Pain, for the typical $60. The prologue, you could probably get about 30, 40 hours of gameplay out of it, maybe. Phantom Pain, you can get hundreds of hours out of it. So it was an interesting way to market a game, to put out like a kind of a teaser of it, and then the big, because all it did was just the Ground Zeroes is what the prologue was called, and it essentially just introduced you to the gameplay mechanics in a very like controlled method. Mm-hmm. So by the time you got to Phantom Pain, it was just balls to the wall. Let's go do this kind of thing. So it was a lot of fun. Hideo Kojima, he was the guy that directed it. He's been in charge of Metal Gear Solid since like the early 90s with the NES video game that nobody's ever played or cares to. But everybody's more familiar with the actual Metal Gear Solid that came out on PlayStation 1, and then all those games that came out after that. But 5 is very particularly interesting because Konami, which was Kojima's parent company that controlled his, I think it was called Fox. Gray Fox was his original game company. It was the one that did Foxhound. Foxhound was his original company that did the Metal Gear Solid games.
Yeah, Gray Fox was the ninja.
Yeah, well, Foxhound is also like a Avengers type thing. But anyways, so they had kind of a loose leash on how he could develop his video games, and they allowed him for Metal Gear Solid 5 just to do whatever he wanted. But it was pretty much without reason. So, like, he delayed the game for years. He developed this idea to do a prologue thing that Konami was obviously uncomfortable with, and he went way over budget, reportedly. And, he pushed the envelope a lot with Konami. Konami has really hardly any other IPs that they could, that they could flagship. So they let him do it until he wanted to delay the game again, Metal Gear Solid 5. Even longer, and then they fired him. They parted ways. And everybody, audience-wise, they took Kojima's side because he's this auteur, this guy who, whenever he's uninhibited with control, he could do no wrong. And Phantom Pain was a really good game. Interestingly enough, probably the weakest part of the game was the ending, which is what Kojima wanted to expand on and delay the game for. But Konami just said, no, we got to finish this game. And when they parted ways, obviously the ending was the one that suffered the most. So Konami has nothing. Kojima goes off, does his own new game called Death Stranding, which is about a post-apocalyptic UPS delivery man.
Delivers babies or something
Yeah,
like that.
something weird. It honestly didn't do very well. And people are like, why? He had all the freedom he wanted. He made this game with nobody controlling him.
They really hyped it, too.
And he got some good marketing on it and stuff like that. It just was a boring game. It was a dude running around in the woods or like the fields with a refrigerator on his back, sometimes for hours on end. Like, you don't do anything. You just run. And it was really boring.
Featuring Daryl from Walking Dead.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. But so people are like, whoa, why was this game so bad? And I think it's because, kind of going back to the Neil Breen thing, if you have too much creative control, you just let your crazy fantasies take off, and you go off into a weird direction that nobody understands.
I am here. No.
But if you have a studio, which is supposed to be the bad guy, the studio is always the bad guy, but they need to be because that's where the money is.
You got to find the secret so they all commit mass suicide.
So the studio, their job is to inhibit, make sure that you don't go too crazy. You got to cut them off at the legs, You got to make sure that they're not being too stupid. Mm-hmm. And Kojima didn't have that, so I think that's why his game tanked. And now that Konami doesn't have the think tank powerhouse to pump out quality content, so they're going to tank. So I bet you, my news is that Kojima's got a new game coming out, and he's casting. He's got all this stuff and bells and whistles that he wants to put into it. All you know is that it's a big deal in Japan right now. Some people are thinking it's a Death Stranding sequel. We'll see.
Stranding Death.
Yeah. If this game tanks, then Konami or Kojima will not have enough money to probably continue on his franchising, his new game company. And then Konami, who made a Metal Gear Solid game somehow after Kojima left, which did horrible, they don't have much going for them right now. So I'm thinking that either the two will die off independently or like some terrible weird marriage. They have to exist together and they'll eventually come back. So who knows? That's my prediction is in 10 years, there'll be another Metal Gear game. It'll be amazing because it'll have all this, hurt for your art, stress and struggle for the perfect game in history that has happened. And, honestly, if you ain't struggling to make a good quality product, then you're not doing it right. So there you go. That's my video game stuff. All right. Take it away.
You didn't make a fart noise.
No.
We all did it.
Oh.
All right. There you go. All right. So for our list, we didn't obviously post this one on Facebook. And since this will be coming out in November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing our top 10 Star Wars moments.
In preparation of what?
Well, The Mandalorian, which comes out the 30th
Yeah.
on Disney Plus.
You know,
So 3 days ago.
all of our
Yes.
top 10 Star Wars moments don't include anything from The Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, all these are from the movies.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right, so
Star Wars-esque.
So we each picked 3, and then there was one that we all pretty much agreed on to round out the 10. So I'll go with Mitch. I'll talk about your 3 here first,
Okay.
and we'll go up. Your 3 was Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Vader
Like the
at the
season-
fight at the end of Revenge
Yeah.
of the Sith.
episode 3, yeah.
Great fight scene.
Honestly, that part of the trilogy made up for pretty much all the trilogy. Like the first movie was horrible. The second movie was pretty bleh. But the third movie at the very end, that was like some of the most best, filmmaking.
I thought that was like the most intricate and more fun to watch lightsaber battles of the entire.
It is.
Well, not only the saber battle, but like the outcome of Anakin and like just seeing like the tragedy and all that really played out. It was really good storytelling.
Well, then Ewan McGregor did really good with the emotion. Same with
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen with the emotion that they're showing at the end.
Yeah, it didn't make it about Anakin being the chosen one, but more or less Ewan McGregor saw him as a brother, and their relationship.
Yeah.
was now gone.
Yeah, that was the only kind of like connecting point between the prequel trilogy and in the original trilogy, because we already knew what was going to happen in the future. But the only thing that we didn't really understand completely was the relationship.
How did he?
Yeah.
How did he go from one to the other?
Well, Anakin's relation and Obi-Wan's relationship, we didn't really understand how intimate, for lack of better words, it was. So
Definitely a great fight scene. Vader telling Luke that he's his father.
Yeah, you still see like stuff on YouTube with like
Little kids watch it and they're like, and they like look at their dad like, is that true? Like,
dun dun dun.
In production,
it's a secret.
the Lucas had the guy who does the body of Vader,
David Prowse.
Yeah, when because he delivers a line from the script, so the actors have something to react to. It's not James Earl Jones, obviously. It's that guy. But the line he delivered was, Obi-Wan killed your father. Yeah, Obi-Wan killed your father. And everybody on set was like, kind of like, who cares? But then when the movie released, they had James Earl Jones dub over the new line, I am your father. And the only person on set who knew about that was
Mark
Hamill and George Lucas. So when Mark Hamill had that legitimate reaction, everybody was like, wow, he's overacting, But when they saw it in the movie, it made sense. So,
which, technically, Obi-Wan did kill his father. Like, he killed what used to be Anakin to where it became Darth Vader. So technically,
I think at that point, at that point he was already Vader. Anakin was gone.
Yeah,
pretty much when he started killing children,
That's where it all went right down the drain.
the younglings.
I think somebody's like the split personality disorder test, because I think there's like 10 criteria, and like psychologists watched Star Wars and analyzed Darth Vader and Anakin and just went, he meets 9 out of 10.
Wow.
It's like, and you need 5 to be classified with it. So he definitely hits all the marks.
There you go.
Probably the biggest plot twist I remember in my life.
Up there. What's next one?
Mitch's other one was the lightsaber battle between Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon.
yes.
Which
Darth Maul is like one of the coolest bad guys that didn't get to talk.
he did talk.
Yeah,
he does talk in the film.
very,
Him
very
and
rare.
Sidious talk to each other.
Yeah, very.
He has one line,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and it's not even Ray Park who does all the stunt stuff. It's Peter Serafinowicz.
Something. What does he say? Something like,
Like at last we shall reveal ourselves to the Jedi.
yeah. What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, something like that.
It's the Skywalker disaster. Was that Star Wars rap? Remember that?
Something like that.
We
I remember seeing that in the movies in 1999, and the elevator opens and Darth Maul's just standing there. It's like that would have been a perfect moment for all of those Naboo people to just blast him, just right there. It's like shoot him, bah, 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 bah. It's like got him. Man, that could have been dangerous. Yeah, somebody could have died. And
But
then leave.
if they follow what he's actually able to do in canon and stories,
Oh, yeah,
it
he
wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, and then he does they and the whole setup they're all standing there. It's like a Wild West,
Yeah.
and then they've taken off the robe. And it's like, ooh, things are about to get serious.
You say in canon and in stories, but Darth Maul was first conceived for the movie.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying the stuff that they've made canon from the novels and stuff,
That's kind of silly though. It's like saying, I don't know, that okay, Mark Hamill's character, Luke Skywalker, he can, do all sorts of crazy stuff, after the movie came out, but during the movie time. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
for Mark Hamill, he was learning how to do all of it.
Yeah.
During the movies.
Here's what I'll say about like Legends and canon, like the expanded universe, the original stuff before Disney bought Star Wars. They did a better job of like, describing plots and powers and things like that and how things happened.
Sure.
But Disney has been doing now, calling it canon.
But you can't say, when the movie came out, okay, and the credits roll, you understand these characters, and then you have a book, and the book's like, but these characters can also do all this other crazy stuff, The original intellectual property was the movie, and for you to expand on that in any other format, even if it's a book, and I get it, the book's more intelligent, it's written word and whatnot, all right, but the movie came first. So the movie, in my opinion, is the final say-so on what a character can.
The movie came first, you say. Well, let's talk about Hayden's top 3. Speaking of things coming first, Han shot first.
I mean, yeah. The original one is so cool because Han's not a good guy.
No, he's a scoundrel.
Yeah.
He's a scruffy-looking Nerf herder.
And he shoots that dude. And it was
Just
awesome.
blows Greedo's brains out right there at the bar.
The crappy,
re-edited version.
Re-edited one where they just like
CG like go, wee.
digitally move Han's head.
It's like he moves it like Mach 3 to dodge a blaster bolt that blasts him. It's like
it's very important to George Lucas that people understand that Han Solo is somewhat of a good guy, and I just didn't like that. I like the idea that he was a bad guy who eventually grew good intentions,
Yes.
And Harrison Ford's, strong opinion is that he doesn't care. Any time anybody asks him about it, he like blows a gasket. I don't know. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
When are they gonna pay me more?
Give me money.
Yeah. So
your other one, the Sarlacc surprise.
Yeah,
which sounds like a drink at a Disney-themed Star Wars restaurant.
It's just like all chaos is breaking loose. Lando's falling into the Sarlacc. Han Solo's like, oh, here, grab this thing.
He's like, I thought you were blind. He's like, I can see a little bit.
He's blind. Chewie's dangling him.
Boba Fett.
There's
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's flying around. Yeah, he's like an old man who's wandered into traffic. He should be freaking out, but he just doesn't care. And he's just so chill and just like not caring about it. That's like, man, I wish I could be as calm as Han Solo in every situation that I'm in. So
the universe-renowned bounty hunter beaten by an accidental hit to the back
of his jetpack and launches him into a ship, and then he falls into the Sarlacc pit.
This is a stupid scream.
They ruined Boba Fett with that.
Yeah.
And then your other one, anytime Han Solo says, never tell me the odds.
That's right. He could have like Star Destroyers against him and a stupid little Millennium Falcon.
And C-3PO freaking out. Yeah. The odds of us surviving are
0.0000. It is like, never tell me the odds. And he'll blow everything up. He'll win because he says that line.
That's what prefaces it. It's like
that's his like activating shield plot armor.
His rabbit's foot that he's holding.
Yeah. Never tell me the odds. See, if he said that before his son stabbed him in the chest with a lightsaber, he would have lived somehow.
Yeah, he would have pulled out his own lightsaber.
Yeah, that's right.
Went, joke's on you. I'm a Jedi.
So he's like the coolest guy, and he doesn't have force. He doesn't have any of this.
He's
mess.
The only guy in Star Wars who didn't want to be there. Like, he's just bothered with all of this. It's like he just wanted to go around with his buddy.
He gets the girl. He defeats his bad guy the second he meets him. His bad guy is Boba Fett. Boba Fett, as soon as he breaks free from the ice cryogenic thing, kills Boba Fett. And he doesn't. He's not even bothered by Jabba the Hutt to the point where he lets his girlfriend kill Jabba the Hutt.
It's like, go ahead, do that. Take care of that for me.
Yeah. So
while I look at you in your bikini.
has his own force. It's just called luck.
It's called the Solo.
It is. He's the coolest guy.
He has the Han.
Yeah, and they did him dirty with that movie. I'm sorry, Han.
They did. I just like his interview where Coded, like before The Force Awakens came out, Coden's like, I have $1,000 in cash. Tell me something about this new Star Wars movie. And he just takes the money, counts it, puts it in his suit jacket, and just goes, I hear they're making another one.
Yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford is essentially Han Solo. He just doesn't care.
He does it. He's just like, give me money.
Yeah, when he got casted for that role, they didn't even, Lucas wasn't even considering him. He was having, because Harrison Ford was a carpenter. And
Yeah,
so
and
like
he didn't want to.
he did American Graffiti with,
Yeah.
and that's how Lucas knew that Harrison Ford worked wood or whatever. So he had him come over to like fix like a fire mantle or something like that. And he's having like a mustache guy, what's his name, Tom Selleck, read lines
That's
for
Indiana Jones.
I think he did for Han Solo too. He had him read lines, and he had somebody reading lines for Luke Skywalker, and so he needed somebody to read opposite of Luke Skywalker to Han Solo. So he was like, "Hey Harrison, just get in here and read these lines," and he does it. He just like, sure, drops his tools, walks in there. He's all scruffy looking nerf herder, and he reads the lines, knocks it out of the park, and he's like, "Damn, all right, that's him." So
Yeah, pretty much like Lucas is like, I didn't want to be like that guy who just cast the same people in all of my movies. He's like, and because he had Harrison Ford like helping him like go through like people like reading as Han Solo, and he's like, the more I watched him read the lines, I was just like, damn it, it's him.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
on
that's pretty
to
awesome.
my 3.
Mm-hmm.
Luke beating Vader in Return of the Jedi. Specifically the bit where like, they fight and then like Luke's hiding from him and Vader just starts taunting him. And then finally he's like, if you won't come to the dark side, he's like, maybe your sister will. And he just like screams Darth and just starts swinging at him wildly. And like the music starts building and elevating, and John Williams did an amazing job. And then he's like beating down Darth Vader, and he cuts off Vader's hand. And he like looks down at his own mechanical hand and realizes what's going on. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm becoming him."
Yeah. And then he defeats the Emperor, and then they're all sad. They're like, "Oh, look at you, I realize." Yeah, and they have their little sad moment. That's kind of like, they could have done better with that. It felt like they were all very clashing against each other, and then they're like, "No, at the very end here, we're going to be best good friends."
You see like the conflicts with Vader, where like Vader's still kind of trying to kill
he
him.
kills a school full of children. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know.
saying, like, at that point,
You
I
don't
don't
just
think he
get
has
to-
anything left.
You don't get to just go, all right, I'm a good guy now. It's like, all right, you done effed up a lot though.
Yeah,
like if you read like the comic book stuff that Marvel put out about him, that's considered canon. It's like Vader is a dick.
Yeah.
He is an evil, evil man.
But like that's why like the ending for Revenge of the Sith I think is even better than Return of the Jedi, because like it seemed more natural that he just descended to a point of no return, and then all of a sudden at Return of the Jedi he has a return. So
I just like the fact that in the original trilogy, whenever Luke Skywalker was up top on like a platform or whatever,
Vader's like, I'm not falling for this again. He throws his lightsaber.
well, Vader tells him, Obi-Wan's taught you well, and then they kind of incorporated that.
Yeah.
in
It's
the
like,
Revenge of the Sith.
have the high ground.
you were the
I don't know if it was
chosen one.
intentional or not, but it was funny.
yeah.
And Vader's just like, I'm not falling for this shit twice. He throws a lightsaber at him. It's like, get down from there. We're not doing this.
I'm still your father. All right.
You're grounded.
What's the next one?
The rebels, when they attack the first Death Star, that whole flight sequence where they're flying through and then they start they're all their
From
attack.
episode 1.
This
Yeah.
is Red 5. I'm coming in. What does he say?
Red 5 standing by.
Red 5.
Where they're all checking
This is
in.
Big Red. This is Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't Wedge die?
No.
I feel like he dies in every Star Wars movie. Like every time I see like, why is that guy back in this movie? And he dies. I'm like,
He's never died. You're just
I'm
making
pretty
crap
sure.
up.
No, he died in the latest one. He died in
I didn't watch that.
the crappy one.
I didn't watch any. After The Last Jedi, I couldn't watch they finished the
Yeah, he hasn't seen
Rise of
the
Skywalker.
end of the Star Wars.
Let me tell you how it ends. According to
No, I read the plot synopsis and I just was like, that's stupid.
yeah.
My other one was Anakin fighting Obi-Wan. I thought that was like one of the coolest lightsaber fights ever of all time.
That's what. he
Especially because like all this build. I know that was one we had overlapping,
You didn't,
but I'm going to talk about just one thing
Oh, okay.
about it briefly
Okay,
though.
okay.
The buildup of watching, the original trilogy, the lightsaber fights, and then going back to before, when the Jedi was kind of at their
said. Missing.
top.
We're just
they're just like, wah, 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 wah,
they're like spinning batons for no reason.
it's like I can do it too. Bow.
I can spin mine faster.
No, you can't. But like showing like the level of skill like they all once possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then what happened? Like that's one thing that does kind of like make the original trilogy hard to watch. Is it looks like they just two dudes with sticks just like swapping at each other. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Because people try to equate like how come Vader wasn't going like crazy against Obi-Wan. It's like, well, last time him and Obi-Wan fought, Obi-Wan cut off his arm and both of his legs.
The only way I think
And he got burnt to a crisp and made into a super cyborg in a black suit that he can't get out of.
The only way I think you can explain it away is that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are both older,
Mm-hmm.
and with him being older and more restricted by the armor, maybe he can't do quite as well, and Luke hasn't been trained quite as much. That's the only way I can think of to explain
Which
it away.
brings us to a counterpoint of that. The best scene ever in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Darth Vader in the hallway at the end of Rogue One.
Yeah, I guess that's where he decides to let loose. Just let it happen.
Because I read the book for Rogue One, and I was like, the rebels are escaping, but then all of a sudden the lights go out and the door jams. And it's because Vader cut the lights and is holding the door with the Force so they can't escape.
And all the rebels are just like, oh, dear
And
God.
it's like, because I remember like watching it in theaters, and like the theater applauded. It's like, that's the bad guy killing good guys. And everybody's like, yes!
Those people,
yes!
Those people are literally trying to like run for their lives.
And he's just cutting them down, like, and they're just like frozen in terror. Because like you can see like they turn around because you hear the breathing, and like you just see like the little lights on the suit come on, and like all of a sudden this lightsaber ignites, and they're just like, shit.
Yeah, I wonder if Lucas would be happy with that. Like people applauding that his villain was so cool
that everybody's like, yes, Darth Vader for the win.
Like they're literally running for their lives, and they sacrifice themselves to give the Death Star plans off. And people are just like, wow, he's so cool killing all those poor innocent people.
Those rebels, they're fighting for good, and we're cheering the bad guy who's cutting them down like it's nothing.
But it was cool. Like that, I think that's the first time where it wasn't like flashy lightsaber stupidness from the prequel trilogy. It was like strength, power, and just force and just sheer brutality.
Rage.
He's just like throwing people to the ceiling.
And like the music is like the screaming and behind it, like he's ripping blasters out of their hands. He's deflecting it off of his own hand, and like every single strike is like you could just like you might as well have him just going as he's like killing stroke, blowing everybody.
That 1 minute scene is the only time you ever get to see Darth Vader let loose
100%.
in 9 movies.
And it's not even one of the trilogy films.
People have reacted so well to that. That's all they've really wanted to see is it's Darth Vader just uninhibited, just mowing through people. And they're like, okay, we've heard you. All right,
but we don't care.
It's like we know that Vader is supposedly this epic duelist and like a terror in the galaxy. Like people are scared of him. Like he shows up and people try to run.
Yeah,
like he's not. He might show up in a Star Destroyer and people on the planet like, oh crap, we gotta leave.
Cool.
So that I will say is the #1 Star Wars moment ever. And if you disagree, you're wrong.
That's a good moment. So,
and I think now it's everybody's favorite time.
That's right. Well, hey, if you enjoyed our conversation pieces and you have moments of conversation that you want to talk about, specifically the Star Wars in this list, by all means, talk to us on our Facebook group, and we will reciprocate. We've made it apparently obvious that some of the questions that we ask are a little too broad, like, hey, what's your favorite whatever? Mm-hmm. And people are like, this is literally responding, this is a challenging question. I mean, okay, we'll put it in multiple choice,
true or false.
So, I mean, so I don't mean to make social media too challenging, but like we're having a conversation, we're divulging information. You're by all means
we're having a dialogue.
Talk to me.
You can do that too.
If Neil Breen could do it, so can you. Damn it.
Yeah, you can just give an opinion about something. So, and for those of you that are, thank you very much. So.
We enjoy having conversation, whether it's here with each other or on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Typing is a lot of things. You got to move a lot of fingers, calories, whatever.
Yeah, you're burning up energy.
All right, what am I not getting punched with? Hopefully this week.
Yeah.
Time. No. All right.
It's me by Hayden video games.
You have to play the Super Nintendo classic Shaq Fu. That's right.
Is that a real thing?
It is a real thing. It is a Street Fighter knockoff. Well, you're gonna find one. There's emulators and stuff like that. There's there's also a remake of it. So, but essentially,
October 28th, 1994, Shaq Fu was released.
There it is. That's the Shaq playing in a Street Fighter game.
He's just kicking people.
Street Fighter knockoff.
It sucked.
That's the one you're playing.
really bad. Is that his only move? He just kicks people and then misses a free throw?
Pretty much. All right, don't play the remastered one. You have to play the one that the game itself is acknowledging as bad.
The original.
So, Shaq Fu, 1994.
God.
Okay.
How am I
It's
gonna?
not me.
It's on an emulator. You can download emulators on your phone now.
Yeah.
So,
I play Nintendo games that way.
yeah, it's super easy. And I'm pretty sure like nobody would care that you're stealing that game. Shaq would probably pay you money. So.
He's like,
Yeah.
you're playing it?
Congratulations. So there you go. I'm looking forward to. Hey, you've got 2 in a row now. Oh my
Wow.
God. The
It's
stars are aligning.
It's the sign of the apocalypse.
Yeah. My dad called it out on social media. He says you're going to get 5 in a row now. So.
I have some words for your dad.
All right. Well,
So anyway, bye from
Mitch.
Hayden.
and bye
Goodbye.
from Tom. Neil Breen. If I got one of you from